What's up guys? It is early in the morning, couldn't sleep, so I wanted to do a different type of video, basically where I just talk in one take and give you some information that you might need to know. So this is going to be a topic that I covered in an old video, but now that a lot more of you are following me now, I figured you guys should hear it again. So for most people in Hearthstone, their first goal that they ever want to achieve is they want to reach Legend. And if it's not their first goal, then it's definitely going to be one of their first few. For a lot of people, it's really difficult to improve at the game without somebody actually walking through and showing them what they're doing wrong. But there's one thing that basically every player can do that will instantly improve your gameplay, and that is to focus much more attention on the mulligan. In a lot of games, and especially in polarized matchups, say you are only 20% to win a game. Well, if I ask you, how will this game play out, you can probably tell me the exact series of cards that you need to win that game, and you might even tell me the exact series of cards that your opponent won't be able to have for you to have any chance. So, based on that, the mulligan is objectively the most important decision you make all game. It's pretty simple, but a lot of people really don't put enough thought into it. I find that a lot of even top Legend players really don't make correct mulligans, and if you find yourself making incorrect mulligans, you really can't expect to win any game that you play because you're already working with the wrong card. One way that you can instantly improve your mulligans is just to be more aggressive with your mulligans in bad matchups. A lot of people are far too passive, and they'll take just about anything that looks good, but truthfully, if you think you're gonna lose, then you kinda need to high roll to win. And if you're not trying to high roll off the mulligan, then you're setting yourself up for failure. And the opposite is true as well. I think most people are much better about this side of things than the other, but if you're extraordinarily favored to win a game, then you can take just about anything that you know is going to get the job done. If you're a standard player, then I would highly recommend HS Replay to basically just tell you how to mulligan against a class where you don't know the opponent. But if you're in Wild, then you need to be a bit more methodical. I would definitely recommend asking others if you have access to people who can tell you their opinions on those decks. But the best way to improve generally at Hearthstone is just to make note of your plays and go back and see if they were correct later. So every time you take a mulligan, just save a screenshot to your desktop. After the game, come back and say, was this a good mulligan or was this a bad mulligan? And I'll tell you what, you will be absolutely shocked at the number of terrible mulligans you made and how many games you threw away because of it. This is something that I do all the time. One thing you'll see me do on stream frequently is in bad matchups, I'll keep cards that don't necessarily make sense in mulligan unless I get something to go with them, because I know that I'm not going to win unless I find those cards. One great example of this is in the Quest Mage Mirror. Going first is oftentimes a death sentence in that matchup. It's like 40-60 in a mirror, which, if you know how mirrors work, that's fucking insane. So if you're going first, then you obviously need to high roll your opponent to win. And as a consequence, one thing that I really like to do is, even when I don't have a supporting 2-drop, I like to keep Luna. And the reason I do that is because if my opponent doesn't hit a 2-drop or simply doesn't have a good answer on curve, sticking Luna can be the only way for me to make up the card differential that the opponent has starting with the coin. Another example that's pretty straightforward of how mulligans can win or lose you the game is in Reno Lock versus Reno Priest. There's simply one way that you win the game, and that is with Finley Wizard. So all you have to do is toss every single card besides Finley Wizard. The only other card I would keep is Gnome Veratu because it beats Polkelt on curve. And I would probably keep Zephyrs because the ramp can often allow you to play and draw more cards throughout the course of the game. But that's the totality of it. I would only keep 4 cards in a 30-card deck, and I would toss the rest. A lot of people will find that totally surprising, but I promise you guys, just pay more attention to your mulligans and you'll start winning games. If you haven't reached Legend yet, then I guarantee you, you have not mastered the mulligan, and you have a lot of work to do. I still have a lot of work to do here, so don't take it as an insult. Well, that pretty much covers the whole topic, guys. Let me know if you like this type of video. Of course, if this video helps you and you find this tip useful, then support the video, like, comment, subscribe, and check me out on Twitch, where you'll see plenty of examples of correct and incorrect mulligans. And I think I'm one of the best streamers about actually discussing that openly with my chat. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on ladder.